The Singapore story is interesting because it was a really pivotal moment for us in the development of ISLG. I had been collaborating uh, with a professor at National University of Singapore, Michael Ewing Chow, in setting up an investment treaty um, conference in Singapore. This is back, I think, in 2011. And we had pretty well developed the beta version of ISLG for just the NAFTA cases. So it was in a position where we were in a position where we could show it to people and get their feedback. And so I asked if we could have a little room set up off of the main conference hall with a large screen and and high speed internet access, which is not a problem in Singapore. They have very fast internet. So during a coffee break in the afternoon, I asked about a dozen of our speakers and other people who were attending the conference, who I knew had an interest in this area, to come back and take a look at this beta version of ISLG. And so I showed them the subject navigator. I showed them the article citator, the jurisprudence citator. And I think I took about 5 or 10 minutes to take them through and give them a kind of a once over lightly of the database. And so then I turned to them and said, well, what do you think? And there was complete silence. And my heart began to sink. I thought maybe they don't think this is as good as I think it is. But then one of the individuals piped up and said, very slowly, if you build this out to include all of the cases that have been decided under other treaties and not just NAFTA, I think this will revolutionize the practice of investment treaty arbitration. I thought, well, that's a pretty good piece of feedback. And we then went on to have a discussion about what we might do. And so we were pretty enthusiastic by the response of these different practitioners. And we went back to Vancouver. And I think we managed to get all of the other cases that were in the public domain at that point in the non-NAFTA field into the database over the next year. And then we released it to the public. And I think every practitioner who was in that meeting, that person's firm ended up subscribing to ISLG. And not only those firms remained subscribers of ISLG, but the spin-off firms, which have become arbitration boutiques, have also remained subscribers of ISLG. So I feel quite good about that.